we have our own database, right? So let's try to do it. So here, let's take the same thing. So you can create on your own. So e-commerce products or anything we can create with the database. I will try to show you. So just I will create a post thing. So here I will be having basic thing I will create. So I will show you post.view. So here I am having post.view. So template, I'll be having a template. So here we'll be having a div. Let's go to this one. Oh, sorry. So I'm opening the script thing. So what I can have, so here I can show export default. Here we are having this post thing, right? So we need to show the post data. So let's create another one that is nothing but add post. So for creating a post also we'll have another one, add post.view. I am creating add post.view. So this is our add post. Let's try to copy this entire thing and paste it here also, add post. So this is our add post, posts and add post. So here I will go into this one, dot container. I will be having dot row. So I will try to show one by one down. So here I will be showing at the top post thing, and at the bottom I will try to show add post thing. Okay, so this is the thing I'm trying to show you. So here we'll be having script export default. So we will be having, so these are all the things we already have discussed. So that is the reason I'm doing somewhat little bit fast. So here we need to include the components, right? So I need to inject those components. So we'll be having the posts, and another one is the add post. So these are the two components. So let's import these components also. Import posts from. So I am doing one by one, so that you can able to understand it. So I can. So that is the reason I am importing everything one by one. So you should be able to understand. So import add post from. So here also I am trying to import in the components. I am having add post.view. So two components we have imported, add posts and add post. We are able to add it, and this is our post. So let's try to add post component. I will add it here, and another one is an add post component. So here is the add post component. So these are the two components. Let's see the output, how it will be. So here if I try to show the output, post component, add post component, we are able to get it. First let's try to create an add post form. So how we can do it? So this is our add post form, right? So in this div I will create a form. Action, we don't have any action. At the rate submit dot prevent on add post. So on add post we will try to use it. Let's go on to this one here, dot my-2 label. Okay, gone this one. Now it's not working again. So label, so I'll be having a label. Let's say I will be having a title. Anything, whatever the things you want, you can keep it. So input type is equal to text, and class is equal to form control. I will be having class is equal to form control. And another one is the same thing. I can repeat it at the bottom. So this time I will be having a description. This time I will be having a text area. Instead of this one, I will be having a text area. So class is equal to form control. So these are all bootstrap classes which I am trying to use it. So fine. Now our last one is the my-2. So then thing I will be using. So I will be having a button, add post. Simple. So this one will be a class btn-primary or something like this. So here you can have a heading, something like, 1 second. Yeah, fine. So we are doing something, right? So button text area. So what is this error we are getting? Okay. Invalid entry tag. What is it? Invalid entry? Somewhere I have missed it or what? So I'm okay. Here h3 we are doing, right? Okay. Yeah. h3 add post. So add post. So I have created an h3 or h2 or h1, whatever it may be. So we have a simple add post form. Okay. So now when I am trying to add post here, so when I click on this add post, I need to submit to this database. So how we can submit it? Let's try to see. So now here we are having this one, right? So you can have a data property. So you can add validations and all those things. So I'm not adding the validations. So we can have a post data or otherwise post. So we can take title of type empty, and I can have another one description of type empty. So you can take it as an object or you can take it as an individual properties also. So your wish. So v-model is equal to post.title. I'm appending this one. So here another one is v-model is equal to post.description. Okay. So post.description. So post.title and post.description. So we are able to get this data. Now in the methods, let's go into the methods. On add post. So I will be having on add post. So this is the method I have created at the top when the form is submitted. So here when the form is submitted on add post. So here it should invoke it. So here let's try to print console.log this dot post. So whether we are able to get the data or not. So now here I can have here, I can inspect the element, go to the console. Okay, let's refresh this page. So for no errors. So I am trying to do it here like this. I click on the add post. So here I'm able to get the title and the description, whatever the data I have written it here. So I'm able to get the data. Now what I need to do, I need to submit this one to the database. So here what we need to do, we need to import the axios. So as this one is a new project, what we need to do, we need to install the axios. Let's install the axios. npm install axios. I'm installing the axios. Let it install. So by the time what we'll try to do is, so here we'll write axios.post. So this time we need to make a post request. Why? Because so we are trying to insert the data into the database. Whenever we are trying to post the data, so we are trying to post means send the data to the database so that the database is manipulating. Okay, so the database is manipulating. So if you are coming from the BTech background or something like that, you'll be able to see DDL commands and DML commands, data manipulation and data definition command. So these are all manipulation commands. Okay, we are trying to manipulate the data. So the database will be trying to change. So that is the reason. So those all types we'll trying to push it using the post only. So let's try to get the URL. So what could be the URL here? So this is the URL. Okay, so this is the URL. And here I can paste it, the entire thing. Okay, so this is the URL. In which table I want to save it. So this is the thing you need to understand it. So here we cannot call it as a table. So for your reference, I am telling it as a table, but here we are dealing with a non-relational database. Those are called as in collections actually. So those are called as in collections. So what is the collection? What is the collection we are trying to do? That collection is nothing but post collection. So these are all post data, right? In the post table, it should be there. So if you are getting confused with the collection, I will try to in the post table, actually it should be there. So what I can do is here, I need to save it in the post. So you need to add a .json here. That's it. So automatically everything will be created. So a post table will be created and the data, whatever you are trying to submit it, so it will try to submit it. So these all document databases, these are all the schema lists actually. This doesn't have any schema. So that means, for example, what I can say is so schema list means, for example, relational database, it is a schema base. So that means when you are trying to create a table, it should have a schema. Schema means a set of rules. So what I can say is, for example, if you are trying to have schema means when you are trying to create a table, post table. Okay, I am trying to create a post table. Post table means first and it should have an ID, title, description. So like this you will try to give it. Whereas in the non-relational database, so must and should, when you are trying to add a data, these all details should be there. So ID will be an auto increment primary key thing. That's a different thing. So this will be automatically it will be added. So title, description, whatever the fields you are trying to add, columns we used to say. So whatever the column names we will use to add it here, these all things. So these things you need to must and should submit in the relational database. Whereas in the non-relational database, something like a document-based database, so there is no need for you to submit title and description. So first time you will try to submit title and description. Second time you can completely change it to something like comment or something like this. You can change this name. So nothing will happen. So it will not throw any error. That comment column name doesn't exist. So previously you inserted with a description. So right now I am also expecting again the description only. But you are inserting a new column with a comment or something like that. It will not post any error. Whereas in the relational database, it will throw an error. So before adding the data only, first you need to define the schema. Then only you can start the inserting of the data. Whereas in the non-relational database, you can directly jump and you can do it whatever you want it. So here I am trying to post the data. So we can send this dot post. So this is entire is an object, right? So here I can post entirely this dot post. So this returns a promise. So dot then response. So I can do console.log of response. That's it. So just I am trying to do a console. Afterwards we can do it. So let's import axios. So by the time axios is installed, I am thinking, so it will be made available. Import axios from axios. I am importing the axios. Fine. Let's see the output, how it will behave. So here I am able to get the output without any problem. So here I am inserting some post data. So Leela and Leela description or something like this. I am adding some data. Let's click on the add post. It has made a post request. Here you will be able to see post and the URL what I have given, and the status code we are getting is a green mark. Green mark 200 OK means okay, it successfully took the data and added in the database. And if you try to see the payload, this is the payload I am trying to send. Payload means what is the type of data you are trying to send it to the server. And the preview means this is nothing but a response. So what the server has responded to you, the server has given you an ID. This is an ID. Okay, so I told you, right, ID. So this is an ID. So this ID will be automatically generated by the database, giving you that some ID, unique ID, that your data has been added into our database. This is an ID it will be giving you. So now if I try to see it here, see a new collection has been created. So here we call it as a collection, or otherwise you can call it as a table also, not a problem. So post has been created. Why this post, this name, where it has been came is, that is nothing but this name. Okay, so you have created with this name. Tomorrow if you try to change the name means, again the column, the table name will change, everything, collection will change. And if you open this one, you are having a unique ID. So this is a unique ID, primary key. You can assume it as a unique and primary key constraints. And here you can open, you are able to see title and description. These are the data which is get added into our database. Now we have successfully added the data. Now let's see that we'll try to add another one, Leela one and one description one. Click on the add post. It has been successfully added. So another unique ID has been generated. So -NGE UJ, something like that. So let's check. Here you will be able to see -NG UJ. So this is the data. So here 1 we have got it, and here also we have got it. So that means 2 rows are there in this one. So in the relational database we used to say that 2 rows. So here we are having 2 rows of data. This is a post, is a table name, and these are all the rows. So these many data, this is how we will be creating a data in the database.